How's you going today, everyone? This is the Offended Gas bringing you part 1 of Shadowbringers, Final Fantasy XIV. I'm gonna wave. Yeah! So a little disclaimer right here at the start, just so you guys know. I love this game. I love it to death. It's one of my favorite games. I sadly had to stop playing for a while, right before Heaven's Ward finished completely and Stormblood was coming out. So I was kind of in the middle of a catch-up game. You guys can tell my item level is not as high as it could be. It's 376. Hopefully I don't get my ass beat. I'm going to hide some of these side quests just so I don't have to worry about them right now. We're just going to mostly do main scenario. It's about all I have an interest in showing. I will try to show some other stuff. Definitely some dungeons, side dungeons, I mean. And I'm hoping to have my brother in here with me, as well as a good friend of mine, Luca and Lyria. We'll see if that all lines up or not. But my little disclaimer is mostly to say, I will cry, I will yell, I will get mad, and I will laugh my ass off at this game. I feel what I'm expected to feel from the writers with a lot of things, but this is one of the big ones for me. I really like this game. So if you have a little interest in seeing a grown man that's 25 years old cry at a video game, get the hell out of here, because I'm totally going to multiple times like I have before. Otherwise, I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you in just a second when I go to Mordona. I believe I have to go to the Rising Stone to talk to Tataru. I was messing around with this stuff, figuring out all the new stuff with the summons. It's definitely weird. Oh yeah, your summons are instant now. I'm a summoner main, and I'm very happy with the changes. It definitely took a little, especially ether flow changes. We'll get more into that in a little bit, but I'll see you after. It's going to be a cut. I'll just be back in Mordona in a second. Okay, and we're back. We're going to talk to Tataru. I guess that I was right. The Circus Trench. We will be getting a Shadowbringers orchestration scroll on a white oak weapon coffer? Okay. Tataru is itching to share what appears to be good news. Good news, Shosov. And that's how you pronounce that, by the way, Shosov. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. Stare. I thought he would have... Oh, look, my brother just got online. Too bad that I have to go soon. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Oh, that's new. Then we better go and give them a hand. Oh god, the Aura fist bump thing. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again. Meaning we have no time to lose. Yeah, you can count on me. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Woo! Dude, that Shadowbringers quest... Sarah!
Yes?
The Shadowbringers quest accept is awesome! It was a... I can't do it, but it was really good. I gotta find my phone. Shit, I lost my phone. Oh, we're back. Sorry about any weird cuts. I disconnected my webcam and stuff. Anyway, we talked to Saint Koinek, I can't remember how to pronounce that. Ferryman. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Take the boat to the survey site. You got it. Ooh, this music is really good. Sarah! Music's really good! Voice cutscene? Or am I gonna have to keep... This looks like it's voice. Oh, maybe not. I don't know, maybe. It should be. It's got all that nice framework.
Look how many people there are.
Also, you have to excuse possible issues with audio, because this game's audio is a little weird, and it's, like, inconsistent sometimes. I turned the music down a little bit, less than voices, and have the voices the most, and sound effects are way lower because they're really loud. Hopefully, they're not super loud compared to me, but we'll see. I'm looking at the audio level, it seems alright, but it's a little inconsistent, so I think that where I have it, it kind of has to stay like that.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse
Vic's
collared
voice.
the chief for some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Yes, it was just here in plain sight, but I, with my
Sorry,
warrior of
I
light
meant to
vision,
say,
found it.
the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
Okay, that actually makes sense. This is why they couldn't find it then.
What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
My brain! Throw away the gates!
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice.
The gates aren't the only thing left to be thrown wide open, apparently my skull!
Eon, become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Sorry, I'm a bitch. I don't know what it is, but Tataru right there just kind of almost made me, well, it did make me tear up. I didn't cry yet. I put a little warning at the start. I get super into this stuff.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you. Go!
Your spirited accounts always come from well. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Nymphilia?
Your time has not yet come.
They just threw years of emotion in my face.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Of night? My character's like, wait, what? What? What do you mean this time of night?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk yet, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
God, the music of this expansion is so good already. Sorry I'm not talking a lot. I'm super into this story.
To dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
Just the tip.
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Oh, dude, it gives me chills. Oh, this game is so important. It's so good. Does my ether compass work here? The compass does not detect any nearby currents. Oh, I'm not allowed to use my mount, apparently. Oh, that's right, they got rid of TP. I forgot. I think I kind of know the rotation down for Summoner now that it's changed, since we have to use Energy Drain or Energy Siphon, depending on the type of, Energy Drain is single target, and Siphon is a new ability that is multi-hitting, or AoE. So it's definitely going to take some getting used to. I'm super used to every other rotation that Summoners had. They got rid of Shadow Flare too, though they essentially gave it to Garuda.
Halt!
Oh, Vieira! Man, he's like, what the fuck?
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
I like her
voice. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
I'ma just say, Livsa Lamensa. That's where I started.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists.
Uh-oh.
Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin, but instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Oh, but... Okay, I was about to say, you went from I'm not gonna let you pass to you're gonna kill me? I have a feeling that choice didn't matter much. They don't, but... I'm assuming if I said the source, she probably still wouldn't have known what I was talking about. Whoa, this music, though. I'm gonna say that a lot.
It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
Oh, no. Was that guy's ring, actually? Oh. Poor guy. I know not what I must do.
Everything all right, Captain?
Oh, hey, it's Crystal Boy.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known.
You should have!
Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city.
But I have no problem with her protecting her people, by any means.
Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Oh, you're quite alright. It's understandable. Alright, Crystal Boy.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Sneer.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
No, you didn't leave me a whole lot of
I
choice,
had
giving me a
intended to bring
massive
you directly
migraine.
to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Are the other scions here?
Ah, that is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Well, those are my friends, as long as they're
Let us begin
alright.
with the glaring skies up above.
Particularly Ishtola.
Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost.
Jeez.
And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Ah! Yeah! I was trying to hold that sneeze in. Huh.
Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well.
The big picture stuff.
But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I like this guy's design a lot. There's got to be a reason they're covering his face. I'm ready. I'm cool with getting mind fucked.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Oh, are those Amalja? But like this universe is Amalja? Amalja, I forget how to pronounce it. Lovrant, the Crystarium. This place looks awesome. I can't wait to see the rest of these worlds. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Alright, cool. Oh, that they just kind of went, whoop! They just sort of neutral posed. Ah, come on, people. You don't need to do that and make stuff worse for everybody. White Oak chest gear. The Crystal Exarch, I think was how that was pronounced, has a request for you. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp on the situation here, or of the situation. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders, and glean something of this world and its predicament. Maggie, why do you can't get off my cords? As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. I agree! After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokesperson, Katis. I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. One of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his Cabinet of Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. Poth. I gotta say poth. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi? Broggle? I can't tell. I'm gonna say Bragai. Bragi? Bragai, whatever. A man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you'll visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal! Crystal clear! Ha, very good. I concede. The layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be finding the right way to approach your citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars, and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. Okay, Crystal Exarch. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. Alright. Yeah! That's the best quest except they've had. That thing is so good. Alright, let's go. I saw a couple summoners and it makes me super happy to see other summoners. I've mained summoners since day one. I just love this class. It's definitely kind of a pain to go back and play 50 summoner though. I'm not a fan. Hello, everybody! We're all here playing the new expansion Early Access. I unfortunately did not get to play as early as I'd have liked to, let alone record as much as I would have liked to. By focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of ether. Your connection to these energies is faint, but stable, and should allow teleportation to Aetherites in the source. Alright, cool. Up the stairs first, let's go. I'm definitely going to make an alt and make them a Hrothgar and use that thing to skip all the way to Shadowbringers. I can't wait. This will always be my main character. I love the Zayla. This character, Shosov, was sort of abandoned by Zayla, just not like for any particular reason. It happens, babies get abandoned. And while the Rain were doing some bartering and all that good stuff, they kind of stumbled across him and they ended up taking him. So he's been raised by the Rain. And the big reason that he went to Eorzea was because he was sort of going on a journey of self-discovery, becoming a seeker of knowledge. He met Dural Dotharl, a Dotharl that had left the Zayla and joined the Pirates of the Ruby Sea, the Confederacy, and they met up and he paid him for travel, and Dural Dotharl being my brother's character. And we met Sorka Balki, which is my actual in-game wife and wife back here, who, well, not my wife, but might as well be. Is that right? Yes. Haha. And yeah, but now I mean, we're just where we are. Sorry if you guys could hear that something was up with my adapter. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city? Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized, too, thanks to us in the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Ulmarin layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I can see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have that whiff of indolence? I thought I said insolence for a second. Indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Oh, you see, I'm from this place. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about... Oh, come on, adapter, stop doing that. I hope you guys can't hear it. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear... Wait, what? Yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he, and you, wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you have aught to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Khalees, I forget how to pronounce her name. Just ask for Catlas, and I'll find you a niche here in the I can't read today, my vision. A niche here in the crystalline mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catalyst has taught you about life in the Crystarium. I can't talk today, I can't read today, my eyes aren't focusing very well. Oh. Alright. Shard, Hey, look, it's Squall. This other person would be down here. Well, they said that... I'm not going to jump down just in case. Let's just actually do what he said and go around the stairs or under. Staircase? I actually forget what the staircase was. It could have been that far away, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Staircase? Okay, I think this is a staircase. Whee! Ow! My legs! My legs! Yeah, sorry for the mess I didn't jump down. Sorry, my adapter keeps like making a little bit of static. I don't know if it's just a little old now. And I was texting my brother, he couldn't remember where to go to do, he just, oh shit. Oh, that's the Ethernet I went to earlier, never mind. But he couldn't remember where to go, so I was telling him, you gotta go to Mordona, boy. He literally just beat the game, too. Like, we both kind of did, because I had a lot of catching up to do as well. But he just recently, even more recent than I did, beat it. I'm like, go back to Tataru in the Rising Stones, boy! The Cabinet of Curiosity. This is a library. Does this guy really gotta be all the way up here? Why can't he just be at the bottom? Or she, I don't know. Whoa! Was that a, bunny? Vieira? No? I probably got confused because people standing inside of Morin. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even. A scrap of scribbled-on parchment. My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any... I thought that said something else. Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Actually, yes, all the books. Oh, so you've an interest in modern history. Splendid! A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book of for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. You telling me you're going to give me a kid's book? Alright. Oh, and by the way, I just thought about it. He's like, have you brought any books with you? And I, like, slowly hide my tome behind my back. No. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable. On with the lesson, then. I don't need you to teach me. Just give me the book. I'm assuming this is a way to show... Yeah, I was going to say it's going to show us art. That's cool. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into this world, as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us, the Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. They say stay or slay. That's a stay. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone, spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrant's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange with Morin has taught you about the Flood of Light. I like Morin. He's a nice guy. He likes books. Cool guy. Alright, let's jump. Oh! Ah, my legs! Did I jump all the way down? I think so, right? Aetherite? Did I get you Aetherite? I forget. I did. Alright, can I just... Actually, yeah, let me teleport back to the plaza. Okay. You guys can't see in my text box, but I waved to them. They're in the FC and on my friends list and all that stuff. Is there another... Oh, this is where our market board is? Cool. Let me go get that Aetherite first. Ethernet shard, either one, whatever. Same difference, it's just a mini one. This is awesome. I love this. Seeing so many people online in non... cold and saucer area is kind of cool. Alright, didn't I get that coffer? What is this? So I got a 385 Grimoire. That's cool. Alright, cool. My item level actually went up a little bit. Oh yeah, is this a Hrothgar? I don't know what kind of voice I'm gonna do for this guy. He's a big old burly cat man. New to the city, friend! I'm not doing that. New to the city, friend? The spinning head and wide eyes gave you away. Welcome. My name is Bragai, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the distinct... Wait, that says district. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment from Drawn, such as yourself, or for Drawn, damn it, for Drawn, such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. I'm actually an Aura. I'm gonna say Drawn. I'm sorry, did you say Drawn? Aye, something wrong? Point! Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a Hume, and the taller one is an elf. Oh, they're just straight up called elves now? That's funny. The sturdy individual over there is a Galgant, whilst the one with the horns is a Drawn, like you. And then you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun, or Zun. I'm gonna say Zun. Alright, cool. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Oh yeah, I'm from that place where the leader's from, no questions asked. Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Your exchange with Bragai has taught you about the peoples of the First. I'm enjoying this. I like that they're actually, like, legitimately just like, hey, here's, like, actual lore, and here is stuff. Learn! I really like the Custarium. It's also a lot bigger than I expected. It looks very nice, though. I have not seen as many bunny people, Viera, as I expected. I have seen a lot, though. Just, I thought I was going to see more. I've actually only seen a few Hrothgar. I definitely want to make one of those. Oh, did I get this Ethernet shard, actually? I don't think so, right? Yeah, give me that! Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clear picture of this world and its people? Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower... I can't talk! As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is in fact the selfsame one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I did not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Da, 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 da. Yeah, dude, the music is so good. Travelers of Dorfant. Or Vrant. Whoops. The Crystal Exarch is finally ready to discuss the matter of your comrades' whereabouts. You've done as I requested, and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time. I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. I think I feel like I read that wrong. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the god knows to admit you. Grahatia. Just like that? Then Grahatia it is. I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best that we focus on the present. Alright, unfortunately that is all the time I have. I will progress this as soon as I can. I unfortunately have to do a 6-hour round trip, but we will also... it's 3 hours, and we'll be there for an hour or two, and then another 3 hours back. Hopefully I will have plenty of time to record tomorrow. I'm sure you guys can see it's 8:24 p.m. When I was recording, it was like 7:30 or whatever. I did not get the chance to record when I wanted to at all. Well, that's okay. I still got to play, still got an early access, all that good stuff. And it's actually exciting stuff going on. It wasn't like we couldn't get in. Hopefully we can do some full party dungeons with my brother and my 2 friends, Lyria and Luca. But we'll see what happens. I know that Luca at least said that he will help, even if he's probably going to get way ahead of me because, one, he's doing Dark Knight for the sake of the story here, even though he does play mostly Red Mage right now, from what I remember. Red Mage and I think White Mage, I believe. I can't remember. But anyway, like I said, that's all the time I have for this video. Sorry for lack of uploads. I've just been very busy and going through some things, but I'm definitely trying to get back into that, and this was probably the easiest way to do it. So, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get notified if you haven't already. And I will see you all next time. Where's my thing? Yeah. Peace out, everybody.